Well, I thought I'd do this video on a kind of an odd piece of test gear. It's an HP 43113B pulsed event timer. It only has, it's very sparse on controls. It's just got a single start input and a stop input. Allows you to select a voltage range of either 10 to 30 volts or 30 to 200 volts. You can select the polarity. You can select the measurement range of milliseconds or microseconds, and the same thing with the stop input. You can set the polarity and the voltage range. Then up here is the reset button, and then on the back there's even less to write home about. Just basically, your power input, your fuse, and you got a clock output here, which allows you to monitor the internal reference oscillator, and that's pretty much it. But according to the serial number on this thing, this one was based on a design from 1979, and this one was the 401st unit to be produced. So, with that, let's open this sucker up and take a look inside and see what she's made of. Well, as you would expect, it is a pretty minimalist design here. We have the counter board is here. It has 5 BCD counters on it, and a couple of support chips. The power supply board is down there. It also has some signal conditioning ICs. There's a monostable multi-vibrator chip down there. There's I think it's a quad NAND chip, I think it is. And over here is the reference board for the internal frequency reference. It's just a simple 10 megahertz crystal. There's a decade divider on there and a couple of quad NAND gates for signal conditioning. And then, of course, there's the front display board. And down there at the bottom, of course, is the board for the BNCs and so forth. But yeah, not a lot in there. But, well, I was trying to research and find out anything about this. Schematics, owner's manual, service manual. I couldn't find anything other than, of course, that the unit exists, and not finding it in any of the HP catalogs. I think when I tried to look up the 4300 series, it wound up being X-ray equipment. So I'm not sure exactly what this was built for, or who it was built for, actually. I don't know if it's something Telco had HP build it for them, or if it was used by the military for whatever reason. But anywho, let's power this thing up and see what we can do with it here. Well, so here we are, all powered up. I've had this thing on for, I don't know, about good 20 minutes. So I wanted to get the thing warmed up, and hooked up the frequency counter to the external time reference monitor jack, and we're about 6 hertz low. I guess that's not too bad for who knows how or when the last thing this time was serviced. So for the test, I'm using a couple of pulse generators here. I'm using an HP 8011A and a HP 8013B. I have this pulse generator triggering this one, and I have the pulse delay set. Let's see, it looks, well, let's put that there. That should give us a pulse delay of about 20 microseconds or so, and we're all good there. So I have the pulse widths set to 2 microseconds. so that they're fairly even. And I got the this generator set up for pulse, so all I have to do is just push this button, the single pulse button, and we should see something on the display here. So here it goes. Yeah, 20.6 microseconds between the pulse that hits here and the pulse that stops here. Oh yeah. So let's change the control here. Let's go up. And let's reset. And press the pulse again. And now we're up to 64.6 microseconds. Man, the thing's working. Awesome. Good deal. Yeah, I could probably put this in the shelf here and do something with it. Yeah, it's pretty bare bones. I mean, this is all that it does. But we can also go to milliseconds. Let's reset again, but let's leave it where it is, I guess. So here we go with another pulse. Yeah, 0.05. Okay, let's see here. Let's what am I doing here? Okay, now I got it. There's a bit of a brain fart there, so I just increased the pulse delay to cover the 0.1 millisecond to 10 millisecond range. So now let's reset this again, and we'll send another pulse. Oh, yeah, there we go. 5.848 milliseconds. So yeah, this is about all this thing does. Like I said, I don't know if I would really make any, effective use out of this, but yeah, it's kind of a cool toy to play with. Very minimalistic design, that's for sure. But yeah, so I don't really know what else to do, but it works okay. Let's see how well it works with a constant pulse train. Yeah, it doesn't seem to like that too much, but yeah, it's doing it. I'm not sure what this LED is supposed to represent. I don't know if it's it might be an overflow. Who knows? I don't know. So it's one of the reasons why I would like to get the manual for this, so that at least I can find out, what the heck that means. Because it doesn't always do it. If I put this back into burst mode, and let's go. Let's increase the or slow down the pulse delay back to around 20 microseconds. And we'll try this again here. Set that. And pulse. And that one says 0.021 milliseconds, so we'll go to the microsecond scale. Reset again. There we go. 20.7. Cool. Well, anyway, I don't know what else to add. Like I said, I'm just bored, and so I dug this thing off the shelf. I bought this off eBay about 2 years ago, with just basically the intention to cannibalize it. I just wanted the unit for the displays. Now, these displays are kind of interesting. Because the counters that drive these things only output BCD. So when the light hits these displays just right, there is a decoder driver die that's mounted on the display itself, which I thought was kind of interesting. That would it definitely reduce the parts count, because they, instead of using just decade counters and then decoder drivers and all the other support components, they just they went with these style displays. These displays are on a lot of older HP gear. So I thought about collecting a few of these and actually cannibalizing them just for the displays alone, and maybe using them in future projects. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'll clean this thing up, and I'll put some equipment feet on it and stick it in the rack here. It's got to be good for something. So anyhow, yeah, I hope you guys like this this video. You know, this is just a piece of equipment that, you know, you can't find any information on this thing. It's nowhere in the HP manuals. I can't find any service manual or operator's manuals for it. But it's not like it really needs them, because the thing's pretty simple to operate and it's pretty self-explanatory. But anyway, guys, I'll sign off for now and get this posted. So we'll see you mañana.